and especially maybe some of the conventions that need to be domesticated or ratified. We like to identify that and see how we can be a part of that process. We've been engaged with the Senate Committee on Labor and the House Committee on Labor. They seem to be all ready to work along with us because about 3 weeks ago we had a workshop.
After 10 minutes, right? Let me consult who? Consult who? You want to change the rules today? You want to change the procedure today? No, I want you to listen. You want to change the procedure today? Do you want to change the procedure today? No, do you want to change the procedure today? What rule 25%? No, you tell me. So you understand me? It's an impediment. So are you sure you have? I want you to tell me say you're stopping me from entering. The chair is the one that gave no. The procedure is when I'm being asked to go answer after 10 minutes. No, there's no rule that says. So I want you to change it. I want you to change it. What are you going to say? Yeah, they say that. So do you have the authority to stop me from entering? We have our rules, right? I have the authority on the 5.6. Where is it? It says that I should keep all order. So the answer is the chair. So the other one escort you as I escort your car, seem remain constant until I shall confirm.
So some of them include scarcity of supply, increasing global demand, and geopolitical
No, please tell the chair I want to
government on non-basmati rice. In our case, the preferred IR 64 Indian rice variety that we consume. In July 2023, India announced that it will restrict exports of non-basmati rice to address its own domestic rice prices that have risen by more than 30%. India further imposed a supplemental exports of non-basmati rice, posing risk for global prices and heightened food insecurity. Over the past 15 years, India became the world's largest rice exporter, accounting for 40% of global rice exports between 2022 and 2023. Thus, any move it makes has significant market reverberations. Liberia and Liberians must understand that with our heavy dependence on imported rice, global changes in prices, financial, war,
forget about rules, man. Rules that you don't understand. Do you understand the rules? What the position? Your government, you know your government. How do they refer to you? How do they refer to you as our rules? How do they refer to you as our rules? No, your government. Forget what I think. Our rules say you are being referred to as a government. So you say the presidents are changing it, right?
Message production.
I hope you recall it. You say the presidents are changing it, right? I say you are not. Hey, my man, I'm talking to you.
By funding constraints, inefficiency, limited investment
and you cannot even do it. You say the
our own taste preference in terms of
I said my man, I'm not talking to you, man. You say this, man. So I said you will not enter. So you say I will not enter the order. Okay, thank you. We will check we'll test the system. If the system is tested, if you don't if you are not brought to vote, I would disrespect the speaker and the deputy speaker. I would watch the process and see. And what I did in the past, I will do more than that.
These challenges result
watch the process and see.
in delays in
don't disrespect the speaker and disrespect Tomo Fala, anywhere you see me, don't respect me on your left. Watch the process and see. That's the best way. Look, by practice, everybody here know it. When you have been asked to go out, after 10 minutes, you go back inside. All of you people know the procedure here. All of you people know the procedure here. All of you people decide to carry the horse the way they are carrying it. That's why they decide for me to not go inside there. No, this issue when it comes to the rest people, to the rest issue, is very important to the Liberian people. We will not have Moda and Joseph Boaka going to go sit down to connive to do that. They want to get restaurants or to get percentage. My job is to put in the budget and ensure that the executive enforce what we put in the budget. But instead, we sit down here and want to work along with Joseph Boaka and work along with the executive. They didn't see the former President John Weah. What made former President John Weah to fail today? It's because of the same proceeding. When last in the 54 you saw us sending for minister here? No minister used to respect the us. Look, this us, Lebronco, if the Lebronco thing will get Sony all of the place, they waste their time. Their place will be worse than the 50. No, I'm going to test the process. I'm always taking it for the court when someone found out here. He started all the jungle justice thing where he used to take them to the court and bring them.
Okay, folks. Good morning, wherever you are and whatever you are doing. We are back here again on a Wednesday morning with another very, very informative and analytical edition of the Today Show right here, your most preferred breakfast program from Odious Congo Town in Monrovia, Liberia. My name is Yekezi Zugbe. I'm here this morning as usual alongside my colleagues Dennis Nipson and Chukon Flaman. Chukon will be joining us later on. The show he's around, but we hope he joins us later on the show. Welcome and let's have a wonderful time together. We are here to discuss Mama Liberia. We are here to discuss the way forward, how we can move Liberia forward. We are here to talk about the ills in the society, the goodies and all of the negative things in the society. And that is what this platform is meant for. And in between time, we open the lines so that you can call in and have your say about some of the issues that we will be opining on or talking about here this morning. So good morning and welcome to it. Invite someone to listen along because it promises to be very interesting. Let me welcome Dennis Nipson to the show. Dennis, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Yekeze. Good morning to all of our followers. Would like to say welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Today Show on Spoon FM, Spoon Live TV, and also Fabric and all of our social media platforms that you are following us from. It's good to be back this morning.
Okay, it's good to be back. How was your night?
My night was restful, and how was yours?
Okay, mine was splendid as usual.
Okay.
And folks, it's 16 minutes on the flip side of 8 o'clock. This morning, we have a very, very good news for you from Radio Entertainment Game. All right? So the good news this morning is that you're going to be playing the Radio Entertainment Game and walking away with 10,000 Liberian dollars if you happen to be one of our lucky winners. Okay, so 15 persons this morning will be walking away with 10,000 Liberian dollars. And all you've got to do this morning to be a part of the draw, you just dial the short call for today, star 799 star 19 hatch, star 799 star 19 hatch, and you pay the playing fee. Today, the playing fee is $2, $2 US, or 300 Liberian dollars. All right. So once you play using the short call, you not see today. You're not selecting any number. You're not selecting. Yeah. Okay. So we want to apologize to you, those of you live on our television. Yeah, we have some technical issues, but it has been resolved. It has been resolved. So we like to apologize to you for that. Now, so like I was saying, the big news here this morning is from the radio entertainment game. 15 persons will be walking away with 10,000 Liberian dollars this morning on the jackpot. Okay, and all you need to do is to dial the playing code. Today, a playing code is star 799 hatch star 19 hatch star 799 hatch star 19 hatch. So in short, it's star 799 hash 19 star 799 star 19 hatch. That's the playing code for this morning, and the playing fee is $2, $2 or 300 Liberian dollars, 2 USD or 300 Liberian dollars. So once you dial the playing code star 799 hatch, the star 799 star 19 hatch, you enter the draw automatically. You're not selecting any number. You just go in to pay your playing fee, which is $2 or 300 Liberian dollars. And once you play, you enter the draw. You stand a chance to win 2,500. I'm sorry, not 2,000, 10,000 this morning using only your Noon Star Cell SIM card. All right, it's only on Noon Star Cell. So on Noon Star Cell, dial star 799 hatch 19 star 799 star 19 hatch. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Maki. Maki. And it's only for those in Liberia. So if you're outside Liberia, I'm sorry, it's only for those in Liberia. So using your Noon Star Cell SIM card, just dial star 799 hash star 19 hash. You enter the draw. Automatically, you pay your playing fee, which is just $2 US, and of course, 300 Liberian dollars. That's the playing fee. And once you do that, you enter the draw and you just wait. You can play multiple times as you wish, and you can use a mobile money account to pay, or better say, you buy the scratch card to and activate it on your Noon Star SIM card to play. All right. So, like I said, it's Noon Star, not Orange. You're only using your Noon Star SIM card to play. Your Noon Star SIM card to play. So the draw is on until 9:55 this morning. All right. Okay, so welcome to the show. We have a lot in store here for you, but let's firstly go to bring you the weather forecast before we start to talk about all of the many trending issues in the country. So today's Wednesday, and in Monrovia, showers are expected. The likelihood of rainfall today is low, and light precipitation is forecasted. And the day and night temperatures will be a hot 29 degrees Celsius and 84.2 degree Fahrenheit. The sun rose this morning at 6:27. And the sun will set at 6:55 later this evening, and the daylight today will last for 12 hours and 28 minutes. So welcome to it. Dennis is still trying to come in, and yeah, let's now go to discuss other issues in the country. So
yes, before we discuss other issue, like you were saying, happy birthday to all those who are celebrating. I also one of our ardent follower and listener who happens to be Mr. Nehemiah Kamanda is celebrating birthday from Australia. We'd like to say happy birthday as well to him and all others who are celebrating birthday on today.
Okay, and a pre-one to my Kate. He's going to be turning 2. By Monday, June 10. Yeah, so happy pre-birthday to you, little Kenneth Zwobe. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Okay, so folks, let's get to it this morning. There are a lot of breaking news on the Executive Mansion Facebook page. Mm-hmm. All right. As you may know, the president of the Republic of Liberia is in South Korea, attending the South Korea African Summit. Yeah. And of course, he's been working from there of recent. But the breaking news is that the president, Bouaka, has suspended with immediate effect the Director General and the Deputy Director for Administration and Operations of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. That is the breaking news. We talked about this here on Monday after this fracas.
Yesterday.
Tuesday. Yesterday. Yeah. After this fracas at their head office, at the LDA office there in Fiamma Sinko, there was report that there was a fist fight between Fadiga and A.B. Kroman, the Director General and the Deputy Director General for Operations at the LDA. There was report of confrontations, of altercations between both of them. And this is kind of worrisome, like we said, for the fight against drugs, because that's an institution that has the mandate to, fight drugs, to combat the issue of drugs in the country. But if you have this institution, leaders going on a rampage, fighting among themselves, it becomes a problem. And we criticize them here all the time, and even called on the president to intervene in the matter. And of course, the president has intervened, and I think this intervention is just right, and that's the best decision. So I'm going to read a release from the executive mansion that's their Facebook page this morning. So it says President Bouaka suspends with immediate effect the Director General, Deputy Directors for Administration and Operations of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, LDA. The President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph N. Bouaka Senior, has with immediate effect suspended without pay, pending investigation, the Director General, Mr. Abraham S. Kroman, Deputy Director General for Administration, Mr. Bau Kou, and the Deputy Director General for Operations, Mr. Hassan Fadiga of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. The President has, in the meantime, ordered an investigation of the events occurring at the agency on June 3rd, that's June 3, 2024. He said the acts of disorder and chaos that took place at the headquarters of the LDA were unacceptable. Such acts, the President continued, threaten public peace and undermine government's fight against illicit drugs. In the interim, the President has named Mr. Christopher Peters as officer in charge, or OIC, of the agency pending the conclusion of the investigation. Peters is a well-trained security personnel and comes highly recommended. Yeah, so that's a release a few hours ago from the Executive Mansion website by the President. So Hassan Fadiga, A.B. Kroman, and Mr. Bau, the Deputy for Administration, they've all been suspended due to, the controversy, the chaos, that occurred just recently at the headquarters or the office of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. And I think the President's action is highly commendable, because we expected that. The LDA should be a serious institution. The LDA should be that institution, leading the fight against drugs. And so if you have those that are spearheading the institution going on the rampage every time, fighting among themselves, it becomes a problem, a racist concern as to whether they are going to be very effective when it comes to the fight against drugs. So the decision by the President was a very good decision. And, there were thoughts that maybe the President just would have, suspended maybe some of the deputies to A.B. Kroman, but he suspended all three of them pending investigation. So it's going to be based on the outcome of the investigation that probably another action is going to be taken, either an action of dismissal of those or the person who will be in the wrong. So I think that decision is just commendable. Until investigation can be concluded, let it go sit down and rest. Yeah, let it go sit down and rest. Whoever will be in the wrong as per the outcome of the investigation, then we can, see what the President will do next.
Yes, indeed, Yekezi, you said it right, and we'd like to, commend the President for such decision taking, because we sat here on yesterday and we spoke about the issue of the DEA, that it was, a shame to the government, especially when the President has declared that there will be drugs emergency, declaring that as an emergency, that so the government can fight against the illicit drugs that is destroying the young people, and to see the deputies and the proper having confusion. I think that is welcoming by the President for the step he has taken. And also it is important because one may say the President would have, perhaps dealt with the deputies, because the deputies are the one who are the subordinates and all of that. But I think it is important because as the head of the institution, you take full responsibility of whatsoever transpire at your entity. So A.B. Kroman, being the head of the LDA, takes full responsibility of everything that happens at that institution, the conduct of his official, how they comport themselves, and how he interacts with them. That alone, raises concern of the administrator he is. So I think it is welcoming by the president to have taken such step, and it is a precedent to other institutions that will want to go on the wrong page, the other way around, to bring shame and disgrace to that governance, for which Liberians are expecting a lot from the government. They believe that this government is an experienced government that will deliver. Like the president said, there will be no business as usual. So it is important that officials as well who are appointed and to such position make sure that they conduct themselves in a way that will bring the governance or the government to public disrepute. So the fact that they have suspended them, hope the investigation can take its course, because there were a lot of claims and counterclaims here and there that other person is involved with this, another person is involved with this. So the investigation should go on. That shouldn't be business as usual, where the president will, perhaps suspend someone or take some action, and nothing at the end of the day will be done about that. So that decision is welcoming, and hope other officials can learn from that the president has done.
Yeah, sure. And so at 9 o'clock this morning, we have a guest here from LEAP Network. And LEAP is a national organization that serves as a representation for local businesses and stakeholders in the renewable energy sector. So the folks on there this morning will be sitting on the platform at 9 o'clock to tell us more about their organization. The network is preparing to launch its leapfrogging to e-mobility acceleration partnership project, which is focused on the development and advocacy of a ZERF adoption policy. So they will be here to talk more about that later on this morning. So wherever you are, just be there. At 9 o'clock will be playing host to our guest from LEAP Network. Okay, so yes, that is it. Hassan, Fadiga, and the rest of the guys, AB Kruman, and the rest of you just have to go sit down and relax, and we all look forward to the outcome of the investigation and see what the president is going to do next based on the findings. Please change your name. Please. Okay, just leave. I'm going to edit it. But we are joined by Chokon Flamman. Chokon, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good. Why you always welcome me like I'm late for the show? Why you pin it on the public? I've been sitting here, so I don't know why you always.
They already announced that you were being around, so.
Yeah, but anyway, that's cool. So it has been a great time. The suspension. I think we all support it because it is in the interest of service to the people, accountability, and transparency. The workers' administration, when the Unity Party was in opposition, that's what it said they were going to do. So it is not strange to me. I know that actions were going to be taken against those people for bringing the government to public disrepute, for publicly disgracing themselves and bringing the government to a broad daylight news. So the suspension, not only the suspension, but the investigation also, we are waiting for an outcome that will be able to send a signal that there's no business as usual here. Like in the past administration, people fought each other at certain institution, and there were no action taken. And we know that there were investigations made, LCC, other people are liable for corruption, and there were no action taken. at all in the past administration. So beginning with such action against officials who feel that they own this government, they brought this government to power. They are entitled to this government that they cannot be removed. They were removed and they are subordinate. Now, I think it is a good thing and it should send a signal across the spectrum of the government. Those who say, oh, this is our government and all of that, they should be able to think twice now that this president is ready. But we look forward to for more of that because there are a lot of things happening in the government. There are agitations also from the party that those who are in the party, those who are in government should not be holding the party's authorities, positions. So you cannot be in two places simultaneously. Both men say at the same time. Then be party official is supposed to come for party. They taking on how many gallon of gas in somebody in electric and all. So it's a good thing. We need actions to be taken that they will not be repeated in other administrations to come. So I'm listening to for you talking. You get to say the painted picture like I was sitting here, but I follow the discussion and it's a good thing. Well, I was sitting listening to you.
Oh, welcome.
Yeah, I sitting listening to you. It's a good thing. And so those who are saying, "Oh, Waka Danan today, Waka is taking actions against people you may not even believe," and I heard that all those who are appointed, they have, I think, 14 months to deliver. If you refuse or if you renege on delivering to Liberian people, you'll be removed, you'll be replaced. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. That's it. Let's move on to another issue. But just before that, I was looking for a reaction from our opponent, Shogun, in terms of background to the decision taken by the president of the Republic of Liberia. That my name feed. Yep. So I'm not, I hope I get it. I feel bad. This is it. So he says, I'm not for the instance of Republican rights in reaction to the decision of the president, Mr. Walker. He says, A.B. Kromana and his deputy, Fadiga, can now go and rest their bodies. They were becoming serious distractions in the fight against drugs. I felt so embarrassed as a Mandingo man. AB, to be specific, shocked me. I thought he was a perfect and experienced guy enough to handle that department, but he was more of an ego than I expected him to be. As for Fadiga, of course, he felt more like a boss than an online, always showing off his shoulder to his boss with complete arrogance. Not even I could tolerate that. SKD is a very wide space for both of them to have the face fight. They have very meeting to have. Yeah, so that's why the Senator of Republican is saying in reaction to the president's action against two directors at the Liberia LDA. So he's saying now they had enough time to go at SKD.
Yeah, support that.
Yes, now this fight, we're gonna now let you send a referee there to go and kind of supervise again. So who's the winner? Who's the stronger president?
That reminds me about some of our media colleagues that had issue and they were just disturbing our chat room. And later on, someone came up and said, we organized a match between both of them Invisible Park. Right after that, everyone started supporting, and then the entire noise just went away. That's how they left a conversation, but exactly what Abraham, Amara, yeah, what Amara Kone said, yes, it is something that everyone thought that from the appointment of AB Kroma, everyone thought that he would have done better for the DA, especially going out there, Now, you found out that I live around the SD Cooper Road where they have the Zimbabwe and there's a place called Zimbabwe where it is so very harder for those drugs users. You realize there are a lot of them there. A lot of them are on our side. And there's nothing be done about that. They are still there. So all of these things people are looking up to the LDA to derive plans, strategy as to how they can get rid of these Zogos from the streets, from our community where they are. People don't feel safe when they pass that route. They are looking up to them to do better than that, in terms of their work. And it is important that, everyone was looking up to them for that, but realizing that AB Kroma turned to be, the other way around. Like we all say, maybe he's not an administrator who will be able to put things into perspective, put things into control, and execute that plan. He's maybe someone who is just there to execute while other, plan and all of that. And with the issue of Senator Amara Kone talking about a Madingo man, he feels for me, this is one thing. Always the Muslims, our Muslims brothers will kind of cry about this discrimination and this issue about, they be put in a box, and things like that. So I don't want to see Senator Amara Kone with that kind of statement, that proud Madingo and not Madingo. These people are Liberians. That's why when Chokon was talking on yesterday and he said, to go to the religious, to their religious clergymen and heads so that they can, resolve the situation. I was like, they are Liberians. If the president appoint any other person, will you say because they are Christian, they should go to, we agree that they are minority, a part of our population, but they are not when we are all seeing ourselves as Liberians. So it is important that the statement from the senator, it is not in a good faith to me, looking at the Muslim and Christians. These people are working for government, see them as Liberians. Don't talk about Muslim, because when a Christian does something, no other official will come out and say, I feel ashamed because I'm a Christian. No, it is about Liberia. Let's do away with this discriminatory statements in our our discussion and all of that.
But Denise, I have a different view of that. We were here and we spoke about how a man of God has been duping people profusely in here. And there were other people who call, relations people who call and also express disappointment and shame. Not only that, but as a bastard man, when my kinsman does something wrong, unpleasant, I can say that.
No.
He's a Mandingo man saying, this is my kinsman. Mandingo man is doing the. I don't see no discrimination to that. We listen when the president, was president here, former president, we could see crew people saying the other crew man different. Me a crew man. You said that because you're a crew or more too. You said that.
I said what?
You said that.
Say what?
You said, crew people got certain attributes and once those attributes are not seen, you tend to question the person, whether the person is a cool person. I don't think Amara Conan was wrong to have said that this man is my kinsman and he was not expecting that and all of that. I can say that. Anybody can say that too, especially
For
people
me,
who hold you in high esteem.
yes, but I just want to, and even if anybody talking about crew and all of those statements are discriminatory statement, want to make things look the other way around. We should all learn to live and coexist as Liberians. That should be the core issue about the whole thing. It should be that we are Liberians, not about the person is Mandingo, the person is Lufian, the person is Crew, and all of that. And especially Senator Amarakon is always like to paint a picture about this religion, this ethnicity, and all of that. Because I remember when there was nominations and appointment, he came up again about that same thing. So let him learn to have a discussion without including tribalistic linkage and all of that issue. That's my point.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I was working on something down here, but I've been following the discussion, however, and I don't frankly have I don't see it as a problem for the senator to make mention of being a Mandingo man and seeing a Mandingo man doing something that is not called for. Well, I don't actually see that as a discrimination. I know, Dennis, you have a different view on that. I mean, he's of a specific tribe, and so when he sees his kinsman doing certain thing and wants to point that out, linking the tribe, I don't see that as a form of discrimination against anybody or of division and all of that. I just don't see it like that. I mean, it's just. I mean, if I'm a Manon man, if I see my Manon, no matter who's Manon doing something, and I mean,
especially
yeah.
you hold the person in high esteem.
Yeah, high esteem, and that person is a friend. You could say I'm surprised that my Manon brother would do such. I mean, I quite frankly don't see any problem with that. But yeah, that's it. That's Denny's opinion. That's a perspective about that. Yeah. So let's go ahead to talk about other issues in the country. We don't actually have the luxury of time this morning because at 9 o'clock we will be playing host to our guests from Leap Network here this morning on the show. Okay, so there is a report that I want us to talk about just briefly before going to the lines. All right. So the chairperson of the Liberia Dental Council, Madame Beretta Andrews, she has disclosed that the alleged refusal of the Sind Assembly members to allow male doctors to treat female patients, as reportedly contributed or led to the loss of many lives, including the lives of mothers and children. So, according to this news article, there are reports that members of the strange Fifth Sind Assembly have refused for male healthcare providers to deliver pregnant women of their congregation. And Madame Andrews said, medical professionals are dedicated to providing care without discrimination and are open to collaborating with the Sind Assembly to honor their beliefs while ensuring the preservation of life. So basically, the chairperson of the Liberia Dental Council is saying that the doctrine of the Sind Assembly, wherein they disallow for a male health practitioner, to treat a female health practitioner. She said this is, causing many deaths, especially among children and mothers in the country. And she's calling on that church, to see how best they can, I don't know, but it's a belief. So to do away with it is not an easy thing. It's a religious belief. But again, the chairperson of the Dental Council is saying that it's causing a lot of problem. It's resulting to deaths. It's leading to the loss of many lives, because here in Liberia, we have limited doctors. We have just a little over 1,000 doctors catering to a little over 5 million people. So you can see the gap. So it's difficult, to have only female doctors catering to female doctors in all cases. In a few cases, yes, it can happen, but it's something that is difficult. But again, it is their doctrine. It is something that they believe in, anyway. Even though I don't know, the reason for that. I don't know the biblical reason for that. But I think they also need to look at the too many loss of lives aspect. The statement of the chairperson of the Dental Council of Liberia, because life is precious. Once it's lost, it cannot be restored. So it's something that they need to look at. Maybe in other places that is workable. Maybe in the Western world where you have several doctors, you can have a choice of doctors, who to treat your patient, who not to treat your the patient, and all of that. But in Liberia, where you got limited doctor, that is not workable.
Which is quite true. Legacy. I can't get my head around what you just said. I don't know how it is done, but I think it is the responsibility of the media now to go beyond, to go and inquire from the church what biblical principle that this allows people to not be treated by, especially females, to not be treated by male doctors, especially when you want for lives to be saved. You can voluntarily allow somebody to die because of certain principles and beliefs you have, linking you to the church, and you have people to save life. They think lives are needed to serve God. So when you, for certain principles, you allow the person to die, I don't know how the person gonna serve God. But I think we as journalists, we need to go beyond this. This is the side of the 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 dental council, and we have to go beyond to inquire from the church how long this has been happening, and why they are so persistent on this issue that people should not be treated by male doctors. Aside from that, I don't know how it is done, legacy, that if a female goes to the hospital, it is announced in the church, because if a female goes to the hospital, I don't think they will announce that in the church, that people will run to the hospital and say we don't want this person to
I
be
mean,
treated.
children is a doctrine, so the church may not compel you or may not be with you all of the time and forcing you to. It's just like, for example, the word of God. The root of the church, the root of the pastor is to preach the word of God to you. So it is left with you to go out there and abide by the word and abide by the word of God, and follow the command of God. So they tell you, and it's left with you to do it. So I don't think they will have a maybe bodyguard behind you, everywhere you go, to know whether you are actually abiding by the doctrine of the church. So it's just a belief, and is left with the congregants to follow suit.
Exactly, like you said, it is a doctrine by their own church, that and they ought to follow whether they are the church or not. And I think with another religious group, I think it's the Jehovah Witness. You they will tell you that I think they don't give blood or they don't take blood and all of that. So they have their own way. But what is important is that, especially in our society or dispensation, with all of the happenings, looking at life, God Himself gave us wisdom to be able to use it for people to go to hospital, people to gain knowledge and all of that. So sometimes it becomes alarming, knowing that a pregnant woman would go at the hospital, want to give birth, like she was saying, and when a female is not around and a male is around, the male might not touch, the lady, and it becomes dangerous for the mother who needs to put to birth the child. So I think perhaps they can work around that, or maybe they could have their own hospital if they are so, into that. But people have doctrines that they follow, and like my church as well, we have our doctrine. We don't take alcohol, so we don't drink alcohol as well.
But I don't think that's a doctrine. All the churches, I
that's
don't see
our
where
doctrine.
they can sell alcohol.
No,
in
that's
the church.
our doctrine. There are other churches who drink. There are other. So
I'm not seeing that.
For my church, Open Bible, we don't do that. The Open Bible churches around the world.
Even at my church, Christ Chapel of Faith, we don't drink.
You know what talking about? Yeah, talking about.
Nobody drinks in the church. There's no way
I'm
you
not
can
saying you
drink.
carry the drink.
People can drink in the church. That is universally accepted. Even the doctors
I'm
will
not
tell you
saying you can
alcohol
carry the
is
drink to
not
the
good.
church.
Alcohol is not good.
Certain percentage of alcohol is.
There are other churches who drink and don't found anything about that. That's what I'm saying.
I've not seen any church that will announce in the church or to the congregation, or the pastor will announce.
No, we are not saying
go drink.
Chokon, we are not talking about that. No church will tell you to drink. But doctrine, we see other churches. We see the Lutheran, we see the Catholic, they drink openly.
No,
so for our church,
I don't think
it's
so.
our doctrine.
I don't think so. If a member of a particular church goes to a bar and drink, I don't think you should rub that on the entire church.
But the members will say we don't have problem with that. So that's why I'm saying
have
that's
you seen
doctrine.
In the compound of the church,
no
in the
one will
premises
go
of the church,
at the church to go drink. It's a place of worship.
So if you
see
legacy outside of the church, maybe to a bar drinking, and he's a pastor, that does not mean that the church sanctioned that.
Chokon, I'm talking about doctrine. So allow me to go ahead. So I'm talking about doctrine. I'm talking about doctrine. There are churches that have doctrine.
Yes, that's an interesting discussion.
Yes, so perhaps that's their doctrine. But hope they could maybe have.
So we share the same doctrine.
They could have, clinics and health center for their people to go. We're talking about a political church, the Christ Chapel. We're not talking about that. We don't time. We don't have time.
See how she blaming my church. When we go, we are spiritually filled.
We have to take a very quick break.
Yeah, man.
To be back. I mean, well, I'm not sure any church will announce to the congregation that you must drink. In the Bible.
No, some church doctrine. They
no
don't see any problem with that.
Say you should go and drink.
It depends. I think it depends on the level of drinking, because even Galatians 5:19 to 21, it says the acts of the sinful nature are obvious: drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I warn you, as I did before, that those who live like this, will not inherit the kingdom of God. So I could drink.
Thank you, Pastor.
I could drink, but
it's not sanctioned by the church. That's my point.
I could take in, some, a level of alcohol, but that may not be the drunkenness. So does that mean that I wouldn't enter the kingdom of God? But it's a discussion for another day.
Yeah, we're talking about doctrine. We're not talking about.
Yeah, so it's a discussion for another day. But the doctrine should be in line with the Bible as well. But it's a discussion for another day. So let's take a very quick break. When we come back, we hope to be playing host to our guests. I know our callers want to call in and make their contribution. So let's squeeze in like 5 calls before taking this break.
That's what I wanted to say.
Call us on 0777 1075 0777 1075 0555 101075. Call us. What do you make of the appointment? In fact, the suspension. Sorry, not suspension. The suspension of Fadiga Ebikrova, Mr. What's the other guy name? Bau.
Bau.
Yeah.
Bauko or something like that.
Yeah. The Director General, Deputy for Administration, and Deputy for Operations of the LDEA, and this issued of the Senate Assembly, not allowing a female doctor, a member of their church, to be catered to or treated by a female doctor. That is, if that person is a male. If the person is a female, that person, they believe that person should be treated by a female doctor, and just like that. But the chairperson of the Dental Council of Liberia is saying that is leading to so many deaths in the country, especially among children and mothers. Let's go to the lines and hear you. Good morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you. And good morning to Steve Marina.
No, not Lorena, Dennis Nipson.
Okay. My name is Lucas Saki Jim. I speak in the district, Montana County. You know, when I messaged the president yesterday about the issue, about the guy who...
You mean you message to president? You sent message to the president? That what you saying?
Yeah, I can see. That Lucas Saki speaking.
I know that Lucas Saki.
Yeah, I wrote for this. I wrote for the president, and I know he's keeping it big.
Okay. But the president is not really using his number from campaign time. So
issue like this, and you will see when I message, I say how to look in the case. Immediately.
You mean you sent text message to the president to look in the matter, and then the president reply you?
Well, yeah, he responded to me.
And what did he say?
Just in the response, like he told me that.
I mean, reply you through text message.
The president is not really using his number from campaign time, so that's not true.
Your friend will update. And I believe that when you come out to go to the case investigation, one person will remain. One person will remain. All the other two will go.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the show.
Okay, Lucas, thank you very much. Very I can message the president. Good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, good morning.
Let's hear
Good
you.
morning.
Yeah, my name is Jonathan Joe, and I'm calling from District 6,
Okay.
in Suwari County, in Israel.
Go ahead, let's hear you, sir.
I just need to dispel the matter of fact that the issue of surgery is a faith. Now, we the Christian, we have our Christian faith. Our Christian faith is to believe in the Lord Jesus Christ and be saved. And that faith has to grow. Because you will not have the salvation and you don't grow. So those people that are saying that people should discriminate or females should be in a position to work on females, that is not faith in our society.
No.
Even in Western world, that can happen. And let me get to say the fact that
I'm about you dispel fight again. If you're fighting, you want to dispel it. Okay, good morning, your name and where you join us from?
Good morning.
Yeah, let's hear your name and where you join us from.
Okay, I'm Roland Law from Area Congo Town.
Roland Law, let's hear you, sir.
Okay, about the faith.
Okay.
According to Christianity religion, Christianity means a true follower of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
All the other doctrine, the other people have said their own churches, they say that they don't want the female doctor to be treated by male doctor. They don't have the proper doctor. This is a developing world. Everybody has the private doctors. You have two doctors of two major sex. One is male, one is female. But if you have a problem with you, you need an apology.
What is it?
Okay, previously, you used to give us our school report. But because Barcelona is that, so you don't want to compare Real Madrid. Real Madrid follow how the program.
My man, God, I ain't trust that he's supposed right now. I don't trust that he's supposed right now. Until Barcelona can resurrect. Until Baga can resurrect, I don't trust that he's supposed. Let's go to this person. Good morning, your name and where you join us from.
Let me say a pleasant good morning to you and good morning to my sister in the studio.
Yeah, let's hear you.
This voice is Freddie Mohammed Kakwe, political name.
Okay.
And I join your conversation from the office of the Movement for Intellectual Exchange in Flower Town.
Okay, welcome. Let's hear you.
Legacy, I told you yesterday that the president will take decision.
Okay.
And let me use this platform to say congratulations to the president of the Republic of Liberia for the quick intervention into the LDEA saga.
Okay.
But I want to consult the president to, in setting up the investigative team, those that will be on that team, they should be very far-sighted and look at key issues that were raised by both Fabrica and Co.
Right.
Especially the one that they said international organization working with the UN. But the US, in fact, that institution has said that they will not do business with the LDEA as well. It is the boss.
Thank you. We don't have the luxury of time. Political Yang, we can talk that another day. So, folks, that's it. You are listening to the Today Show right here on your favorite dials, 107.5, Spoon FM, and Fabric 101.1. Don't forget, we are having a jackpot here today on the Today Show. All you need to do is to dial the short code. All right, so you're not dialing the usual code, you're just dialing the short code, and the short code for today is star 799 hash. That's star 799 star 19 hash, and you will enter the draw automatically. All you will need to do next is to pay the playing fee, which is today is $2 US and 300 LD. You can play using your non-star cell SIM card. So today, 15 persons will be walking away with 10,000 each. 10,000. Our 15 winners will be walking away with 10,000. So just follow the procedure. The code for today is star 799 hash, star 799 star 19 hash. And you enter the draw and you stand a chance to walk away with 10,000 Liberian dollars. I think that's a lot of money to win. All right, so we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll play host to our guest from Leap Network.
Liberia, your gateway to mastering computer fundamentals, advanced Excel tools and techniques, and database management system and training. With our high-tech classrooms, you will gain practical knowledge every step of the way. At Blue Crest, we offer BSc IT, BBA, and MSc IT. We render training for corporate institutions. At Blue Crest Liberia, we are a school with creative minds driven by innovation and excellence. Enroll in our fashion and graphics design school today and let the professionals guide your journey from sketching your first design to mastering the latest digital tools. A hub of innovation and learning where students becomes tomorrow's tech leaders starts here. From cybersecurity, artificial intelligence to data analytics, we are your professionals' hope. Whether you are pursuing a career in software development, network engineering, or digital marketing, fashion, and graphics design, Blue Crest Liberia is your gateway to success. Enroll today at Blue Crest. Call 0888-999-444 or 0770-999-444 for more information, or walk into our campus located at Congo Town opposite CDC headquarters. Blue Crest Liberia, where innovation meets education. Are you seeking financial empowerment, dreaming of building your future? Then your solution is Bokonjida Group of Companies. Bokonjida, your trusted partner in microfinance, construction, and general services. We provide microfinance for many institutions like House of Representatives, the Liberian Senate, National Port Authority, Governance Commission, LRA, Gender Ministry, Corporate Development Authority, GAC, and Auto Lines Ministry and Agency, with a percentage range from 15% to 20%. At Bokonjide, we understand your aspiration, your goals, and your dreams. That's why we offer tailored microfinance solutions designed to uplift individuals and communities alike. Whether you are an entrepreneur with a vision or a family aiming for a better tomorrow, our microfinance services pave the way to financial independence. But that's not all. Bokonjida Group of Companies doesn't just stop at microfinance. Our expert construction team brings your architecture dreams to life. From residential to commercial projects, we craft spaces that inspire, innovate, and endure. And when it comes to general services, Bokonjide is your one-stop destination. From facility management to logistics, we ensure seamless operation every step of the way. With our apartment rental and furnished apartment for long and short-term stay, you will enjoy the luxury of comfort. Join the thousands who have entrusted their dreams to Bokonjide. Experience unmatched professionalism, dedication, and integrity. With Bokonjide Group of Companies, your success is not just a goal, it's our mission. Visit our Capitol Building office or call today 0770-520-958 or 0777-017-603 or 0886-622-599 or email Bokonjide Group of Companies at gmail.com. Bokonjide Group of Companies, microfinance, construction, general services, your partner in progress. New Day, do something.
Okay, welcome back. This is the Today Show right here on your favorite dials 107.5, Spoon FM, and Fabric 101.1. It's good to be back here. This is your most preferred breakfast program. My name is Yekezi Zwobel. I'm here alongside my co-host Dennis Nipson and that of Chokon Flammer. But they are off cameras. So, like I said, at about this time, we'll be playing host to our guests from Leap Network. So we have Ruston Belia in our studio from Leap Network. We also have Spencer S. Taylor Jr. From the same institution. Okay. From where?
Minister of Transport.
Okay. Minister of Transport. Ministry of Transport. Okay. We have the president, director of climate change and environment, Ministry of Transport as well, head of operations, Emoji Liberia. Okay. Yeah, so they are here with us in studio, and we're going to be discussing issues relative to the other institution. But just before we begin the discussion, folks, the radio game is on. Win yourself big money. Dial. The short code for today is just star 799 star 19 hatch. Star 799 19 hatch. And of course, you pay the playing fee is $2 US, or 100. That's 300 Liberian dollars today, and 15 persons will be walking away with 10,000 Liberian dollars once we do the draw, and you are fortunate to be one of our winners. So I think 10,000 is a lot of money, to win on the show. So, General Gas, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so let's do a very quick adjustment on your camera. Okay, welcome again to the show, Johnny guys. It's good having you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right, so let's begin with you, Mr. Ruston Belia from Leap Network. You want to tell us more about yourself? Maybe any kind of additional information we did not say about you.
Right. So again, we appreciate you hosting us. I'm the president of the Leap Network.
Okay.
The Leap stands for Liberia Energy Asset Practitioner Network, and this network consists of companies within the renewable energy sector. So we aim at creating partnership, growing the sector, connecting stakeholders. So we even lobby on behalf of businesses that within the sector, with government, non-government institutions, donor partners, and stuff. So the association consists of businesses, government, learning institutions, individuals. So the Leap Network has partnered with Emoji to launch the Leapfrog.
Okay.
So it's Leap. So it's actually leapfrogging.
Okay, so we'll come back to
acceleration.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's hear from you, Elvis.
Yes. Hi, I'm Elvis T. Thomas. I'm the head of operations of Energy Liberia. Energy Liberia is a sustainable e-mobility company, and we are launching our electric KKS service in Liberia. So it comes with electric KKS that run on solar power and sometimes the grid, and mobile app for ride hailing, female drivers, and some really beautiful KKS. So yeah, we are partnering with the Leap to launch this initiative, and we hope that through this initiative, we can have a policy that supports the adoption of zero-emission vehicles in Liberia.
Okay. Yeah, Mr. Taylor.
Yep. Again, thank you for having me. I bring you greetings from the Ministry of Transport. And so I'd like to also say happy World Environmental Day. I don't think there's any day so important and so cool to discuss such an issue other than today. All right. So I'm the director of the Division of Climate Change and Environment at the Ministry of Transport. It is a division that is responsible for leading efforts and implementing actions and measures that are geared towards achieving sustainability within the transport sector. So yeah, collaborating with the LEAP network in having a policy developed surrounding e-mobility, which happen to be a kind of new mode of transport within the Liberia's transport sector. I'm happy to be on this show and provide my insights. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And let's jump into the discussion, beginning with the LEAP network president, Mr. Wheelia. So again, you just want to reiterate what does LEAP stand for, and what's the essence of your modus of operandi?
So LEAP stands for Leapfrogging E-Mobility Acceleration Partnership.
Okay.
So they are working in electric vehicles, actually electric keke. So this partnership is because now there's no policy surrounding electric vehicles.
Okay.
So for us to have a successful sector, we need something governing that sector, and we need a policy. So this partnership is around us developing policies on electric vehicles. And we cannot do that without the government. This is the reason he said we've been closely partnering with Minister of Transport, and Minister of Transport is also here in this, discussion. So they'll also give that insight on what's going to be unfolding. Data will be collected, and we're going to work together in terms of developing policies surrounding electric vehicles.
In terms of developing policy surrounding electric vehicles. So the question is it that LEAP network wants to, develop an electric vehicle?
No. So electric vehicle is not being manufactured yet.
Okay.
So this vehicle got to be imported into the country. So these are all renewable energy products. So that if we importing it in, businesses are importing it in, are they going to charge them the same taxes that they charge regular vehicle? And these vehicles is emission free. It's zero emission. Okay. So it make your environment clean. You're talking about greenhouse gas, nothing compared to the regular vehicles. So introducing it, you must have some benefits.
Okay.
So we want to have a structure in place that will guide that process, instead of having if I go to ministry, LRA, they're confused on which tax bracket to put me under. So this is the reason why develop policy. If you're shipping it in at the port, I mean, there's so many things that would need to be documented in terms of developing a policy that would easily protect those companies that bring in electric vehicles.
And what are some of those policies you think that needs to be put into place?
Primarily, I would say one of the major issues we have to look at is tax.
Tax.
We talk about promoting fuel efficiency. We're talking about how to adapt it into our culture, because electric vehicle is totally new here.
Okay.
Now we have few companies that bring them in, but we're all having our own various challenges. So Ministry of Transport doesn't have policy on that yet. So they're looking forward to us, company, the network that partner with all these businesses that bring them in. Going through that process, data will be collected, and working with Minister of Transport, see how we can develop policy in terms of safeguarding the sector.
Okay, all right. So we come back to you. Let's go over to Mr. Taylor, the Director of Climate Change and Environment at the Ministry of transport. So just expand more on your collaboration with the LEAP network.
All right. Thank you again. So, as you may know, that the Ministry of Transport has the primary mandate, all right, of establishing and formulating policies,
Okay.
all right, that will govern the entire sector. Okay, and just to bring to your attention that so the two policies that we currently have that guide the transport sector of Liberia, which happens to be the National Transport Master Plan and the National Transport Policy and Strategies. These are two policies that currently guide the transport sector. All right. And these policies, the formulation of these policies date back to a time prior to the signing of what we call the Paris Agreement.
Okay.
So they do not quite capture some of our current realities, all right, like reducing emissions, like leapfrogging the sector towards environmental sustainability. Even though the National Transport Master Plan was, envisioned that at some point in time, we are going to develop some policies towards achieving some of the environmental damage and environmental goals. All right, so this partnership with LEAP Network to formulate this policy, I think, is going to complement those two other policies we already have. It's not going to be a kind of standalone, but it's going to complement those policies that we have to achieve environmental sustainability, to achieve our climate goal, and maybe the overall socioeconomic growth of the country. And like he said, adopting this policy comes with a lot of benefits. All right, yeah.
I was just about to ask about
that. It's going to come with a lot of benefits. So, with the exception of just reducing greenhouse gas emissions, I mean, it's going to create competitiveness within the sector. All right, so we're going to have a diverse transport sector. So currently, our transport sector just depends on fossil fuel energy. All right, we use just gasoline and maybe diesel to power our vehicles. But if we have this other mode of transport that runs using electric renewable energy, I mean, we improve the competitiveness of the transport sector in there, right? And we are going to reduce emissions and achieve our national and international goals and commitments. So yeah, these are some of just the few benefits that it comes with, but there are a lot more.
Okay, and let's hear from you, Elvis, from you say Emoji, right?
Emoji Liberia, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what's your own partnership or collaboration with a LEAP network?
We're the implementing partners, I would say.
Implementing partners.
Yes. So the LEAP network is the head of the project, and the project is focused on policy development. But in order to do that, you need some real data. You need some real work experiences, and that's where we come in. So we have electric KKs that are now in Liberia that are now on traffic and operated by women drivers. And
you have electric what?
Electric KKs.
Okay.
Yeah, they are now on traffic. And
electric KKs.
Yes.
On traffic in Liberia.
Yes, and operated by women.
Oh wow.
And through our initiative as a company, we are supporting the LEAP network. We're collaborating with them in a way that we will provide data that will inform whatever policy we're developing together. So this data we're collecting will be used to also support the Ministry of Transport and create a sustainable urban mobility plan. Now, in simple terms, that means that we're going to operate on our own through our app, through our KKs we're running, through our entire service, and we're going to support both LEAP and the Ministry of Transport together to create a plan that can say, hey, with this new mode of transport, we need certain things. It means infrastructure development. So where can we now build charging stations for these things? Because as they're electric, they need to be recharged. So charging stations, where do you think we need them the most? Where are people, getting more electric vehicles? Where are people more interested? Where do you think we need to get more awareness? So based on our service, we think we can inform, the policy development and the development of a sustainable urban mobility plan for Monrovia. So that is basically my role.
So how distinct is the electric keke from the normal keke we see around here?
Very distinct. So first, we don't use fossil fuel, gasoline or diesel.
Okay.
So that also means there's no emission, no smoke coming from exhaust pipes because we don't run an engine. So it's using only battery and electric charge, which means we don't pollute the environment, clean energy at all times. And in short terms, for the environment as well, is very important. We also know about climate change and our mitigation actions, which is one way we're supporting the Ministry of Transport. But then there's also, it's very, I would say, silent. It doesn't come with noise.
Quiet, no noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we all know how the regular KKs are noisy. They're quite noisy. And it also affects the drivers. Through years, some of them start having hearing problems. So that also affects their health. Just the design of the KK, the regular KKs. So through the electric KKs, it's also no noise. That helps them with their health too. And the way we have designed our
Is it like that even when it's depreciating?
Yes. Yeah.
There's no
You
engine.
don't have an engine, so
Okay.
there's no sound coming out of that. But also through our service, we've designed our service in a way that the drivers can earn more money because again, they're not, they're not buying gas, and it also reduces the maintenance. So less money going on gas and less money going on maintenance, and that all of that should be spent on those things they are keeping for themselves. So it increases their earning. So that's the thing about electric vehicles; they have lower operating costs as compared to the conventional vehicles we have here. So those are just some of the ways they're different.
What about the purchasing cost? Is it the same as the
It's
normal
close.
KKs?
With no renewable products, the initial cost is always a little bit more than what we have as conventional products.
Okay.
But over time, it's far cheaper. They last longer. They require less maintenance and upkeep. So over time, it's far cheaper than conventional products.
Okay. All right. So let's come back to you, Mr. William. So overall, what is the main objective of importing electric vehicles to Liberia? What really Leap Network wants to achieve in collaboration with the Ministry of Transport and that of Emoji?
I mean, you are very rewarding partnering with them because Liberia can always be the country way back. Other countries now are way ahead when it comes to electric vehicles and stuff. So when Emoji proposed their collaboration, we really welcome it. This is a major step, this is a bold step. And all of the positive impact it will have on our society. We talk about economic benefits. So it's a whole new sector opening up in our economy. Now, technicians will need to be trained in how to repair and service these keke. And now we have other companies that even bringing in electric motorbike, electric vehicle. So it's a whole new sector. So, and it want to benefit, as I said, it want to benefit the economy. Those who run it, as you rightfully said, it less maintenance, less service to the vehicle, so it's extra cash in their pockets and stuff like that. So I think it's a win-win for our country. We're taking a bold step in the right direction.
Is it Leap Network that's going to be importing those electric products, or it's just going to be open up to the public?
No, I mean, Emoji is their own business.
Okay.
The Leap Network is an association that Emoji is part of.
Okay.
Other companies that is importing electric vehicle are part of the Leap Network, and we encourage all renewable energy companies that are doing business in Liberia to be part of this network. Because all we do is we try to bring all major stakeholders together. We try to collaborate, in the best interest of the sector. So,
the Leap Network is like an umbrella organization,
correct,
for all of those businesses that are importing renewable energy products in the country.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So now, what do you foresee as some of the challenges that you may face in getting this to happen?
So our collaboration with these companies that bring in electric vehicle, they are running their products, their vehicles. So MIT now got an electric vehicle in traffic, and they are collecting data. And this data is with our collaboration with Ministry of Transport. It's particular data they will require in crafting a policy. So that's the role we play. You know, they're running their own business. So all we want is data they will collect from that field.
Well, what kind of data?
So from the starting point, shipping.
All right.
At the port, at our aid. So we're gonna have, even in the next 2 days, we're gonna be having a workshop on tomorrow and bringing
online. And folks, we again like to apologize to you, for those of you watching, for the technical hindrance you just encountered. So let's go back to Elvis Thomas. I'm interested in your electric kekes, tricycles that are being operated here in Liberia. What does it take, to operate an electric keke or tricycle in Liberia? Is it the same with the normal keke? What actually does it take? I mean, do those kekes or tricycles plow the same routes, that other kekes and tricycles plow through, or they have to plow a specific route?
Okay, so for now, our KKs are on the same route as the other KKs.
Okay.
So we're only in Monrovia for now, and we're in the traffic as the normal KKs. Within the coming weeks, we'll be launching our ride-hailing app that people could use to order rides. And yeah, then we'll be beyond the normal service. At this point, people could use the app, download the app off Play Store, and order rides, and our drivers will drive to their location and pick them up. But still in Central Monrovia, as we are still in Central
Only
Monrovia.
in Central Monrovia.
Yeah, for now.
So that you don't go outside, an area that is not quoted.
No, yeah.
Okay. So it means
the road condition right now has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
It's our service area is in Monrovia for now. So after a few months, we'll then scale up to the rest of Liberia.
So you're just limiting it to Central Monrovia for now, but that does not mean that it can apply the Dusty Road and other areas.
It can, yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go over to you, Mr. Spencer, from the Ministry of Transport. You were talking about benefits, about the importation of those products and policies that you are going to be crafting alongside the LEAP network to ensure that the importation of those products are done, in a way that's not going to, hamper, other people, or that's going to bring an economic benefit, or that's going to be a win-win situation. So, talking about policies, do you want to run us through some of those policies that you are thinking of in adopting to regulate this process of importation of renewable products?
Yes, certainly. So we are intending for this policy to be kind of a comprehensive, all right, that it is going to capture maybe the importation of not only the solar vehicles, but they're also going to guide the transport sector in such a way that is going to guide those businesses that are that are into the sales and the operation of those vehicles, as well as the renewable energy products like the charging stations. All right, because we have to create standards. All right, for charging stations that they are bringing in country. We just don't want, because we say we want to have a policy, and we just don't want any equipment to just enter our country. So that policy is going to guide the sector from the importation, the operation, as well as the renewable energy aspect of things. All right. So yeah.
But you already have electric kekes in the country, and other operators of electric kekes. So what policy is currently guiding them? Is it the old policy, the policy you consider archaic?
Thank you again for your question. So yes, of course, this is the reason. I think there is a major reason why we are pushing towards the formulation of this policy.
Okay.
All right. I think, like I intimated earlier, that the two policies we currently have that guide the transport sector really do not, cover this new mode. All right. Even though they had a vision of that at a certain point in time, we will certainly, develop such a policy when the realities exist. All right. And now is the reality. We have the transport sector of Liberia contributes a whole lot to emissions. All right. And emissions contribute to climate change, is the main culprit of climate change. It will interest you to know that our transport sector is the second largest emitter of greenhouse gas emissions. Okay. And I mean, bringing having these new modes of transport that will help us reduce our emission, that will help us, leapfrog our current mode of transport towards sustainability, all right, and have socioeconomic benefits attached. I think there is no stopping, all right, there is no holding back onto formulating this policy, all right. So for your question, the answer to your question is yes. The two old policies that we had are the policies that are currently guiding the transport sector and guiding those vehicles, all right. So basically, they are now well guiding them, because there are other specific things in there that they are not speaking to. All right, and only this policy that we envisage to formulate and to develop that is going to actually cover and achieve that. So.
Okay, all right. So, folks, you guys are not actually on the television, so we will have to take a very quick break due to the electrical interruption we encountered earlier. There was a disruption in the internet, so we have to do an adjustment, take a quick break to be back to get you back on camera. So, folks, that's it. You are listening to the Today Show on Spoon 107.5. Let's take this short break. Don't go away. Let's take this short break to be back with you. Okay, welcome back, folks, and we're sorry for that long break.
Like I said, we're doing some adjustments here, but we are back with our guest. We have with us Rostom Delia from Leap Network, Spencer Stephen Jr., Director of Climate Change and Environment at the Ministry of Transport. We also have Elvis Thomas, who is the Head of Operations, Emoji Liberia. We are back. You guys, the Leap Network is preparing to launch its Leap Talking to e-mobility acceleration. So you want to tell us more about this particular project?
Yeah, so the launch.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a 2-day activity. So the 6th, which will be tomorrow, and this program is being held at Northern State Hall. We're going to be a workshop.
Okay.
In this workshop, we highlight what, but particularly we'll be looking for a partnership with transport in terms of collecting data. We're going to have all the major stakeholders within the sector at that workshop. And it's one of many. So moving forward, we're going to have workshop analyzing data we're collecting from the field. And on Friday, which is the 7th, we're going to be launching electric ticket.
Okay.
At the same order, City Hall. You spoke of your eyes earlier what challenges we're facing. And not necessarily now challenges we're facing today, but what are the challenges we'll be facing tomorrow? So if we do not have policy to guide the sector, tomorrow we're going to face those challenges. So for example, Elvis mentioned batteries. What happened to those batteries after they are set to lifespan? We just throw it in the dump site. But we might have policy to guide them, to guide these businesses that are bringing these electric vehicles. Okay, you bring in this electric vehicle. For someone come and buy one from you, and it breaks down tomorrow. Who are your technicians? Do you have technicians? So structure that be put in place, and you need policies to put all of these structures in place.
Okay, and you talk about technicians, and to Elvis, you already operating tricycles, electric tricycles in the country. Who are your technicians? Do you have technicians?
I mean, there's pilot system. So the KKD running, it's a pilot phase going on there. So this pilot will highlight, okay, we need this, we need that, which will also help inform the policy developing the But
Okay. Yeah, but right now I think even it's a pilot phase, but I think you come across some technical issues.
Okay, so as a company, I would like to say we're taking baby steps to our service, hoping to learn as we go along. So, as you said, a pilot phase, it means we're just slowly testing the service and see what are the challenges. And but before the pilot, we know already there will be few challenges. Number one, which we're now tackling, will be policy development, regulatory framework. For a new sector, you have to make sure you have regulations to the sector, the guidelines, the actors in the sector. So, which is what we're doing now. We recognize that there are no policies governing electric vehicles. As you said, with tax incentives, even through the LRA, they have to put us under the traditional mode of transport, which is not the same, right? If I go to the business registry and say I'm a e-mobility company, they don't even have a bracket for that. They put me on other forms of transport. So these are all challenges that we're facing, and with the service itself that we're running, first I think most importantly is behavioral change. People see electric vehicles, people see electric products, and they don't trust it. They're like, "Why are you sure the thing will not go up on the street? Or are you sure that the thing will reach to where it's supposed to take me?" And I think it's because in the past people have imported electric KKS before, the ones with the solar panels before, and they wouldn't last long. So now people don't trust these products anymore. So primarily now it's one of our the challenges we're facing. We now have to get people to trust the product and to trust the service. And to do that, it takes time as well. And then there are other things when it comes to infrastructure. You need charging stations, right? So there are so many things that are happening now, but there will also be more because as more people bring more products, you need standards for these things. You need people to say, okay, this is up to standard, this is not. You need certification for all of that. So these are the challenges we're trying to tackle before they even become a real problem.
Okay. Mr. Taylor, you want to buttress?
Yeah. So the key deliverable coming out of this leapfrogging to e-mobility project that happens to do with the formulation of the policy. That is going to be a major milestone for the transport sector of Liberia. I can assure you. All right, because like I said, it is not only going to help us achieve our environmental targets, but it's going to have a wide range of impact on maybe on health. All right, yeah, because our emissions directly affects human health. Okay, our noise pollution. We're going to have reduced noise pollution. All right, these kind of technologies do not produce noise, and also is going to have people who are in the sector are going to have increased income. So, like Elvis said earlier, over time, maybe the initial cost, all right, of purchasing an EV, an electric vehicle, might be a bit higher, even though kind of bit competitive. But the operational cost over time, you're going to find out that you will have a whole lot to save. All right, so maybe you are spending. For me, let's take for instance me on my fossil fuel vehicles that I have right now, the car that I use. In a week, I spend close to $70, $80 on fuel. Imagine on just food. So if I intend to just transition to from the vehicle I use currently to maybe an environmentally friendly vehicle like the EV, I'm going to spend way less than that, way very less than that. All right. So yeah, I mean this policy is not going to be a burden on our people. They should not see it that way. All right, but instead is going to come with a lot of benefits, all right, for the transport sector and the overall socio-economic growth of the country in general.
And Elvis, currently, what reception are you or feedback, so to speak, what feedback are you getting from the drivers?
The drivers love it. I think they enjoy being in traffic. I must say, at first, because we have to train our drivers before putting them into traffic, the women drivers, and at first they were all kind of scared because they think it's not really the traditional thing you would see. You don't really see a lot of women in traffic. You don't see a lot of women driving taxis. So they were also kind of afraid that that might, cause some negative attention. But I think once we started, they love it. They want to be out in traffic more. They also tell me that the passengers love it. The passengers support them. The police support them. They're happy to see them. I've been riding around on the streets with them as well. It's always good reception. You will see motorcyclists come around. They want to learn about the vehicles. They want to understand why the women are driving. They give them thumbs up. People will be passing and put them home. I like what you're doing, man. Keep doing it. So it's always been good reception, and I am very happy to see it. To be honest.
Has there been any instance where, for example, they have reported to you that a passenger has maybe identified the Pete or the tricycle as an electric, a tricycle, they tend to shy away from it because they don't trust it or
No,
they're not used to it?
no. I think people are even more interested. People want to get the experience, so people want to ride with them more. I think it's just the double thing there, electric TTS, women drivers. I think people are more interested than afraid. People want to ride with them more. People want to understand why it's so silent. There are times we're driving around like, what, my man, they can get on, I am moving there, it's not on. So, people are more interested than afraid.
Okay. All right. So, how do you select the drivers?
We put up vacancy when we needed drivers in our recruitment process. We put up vacancy and they applied. They went through the vetting process. So once we start scaling up, which we will start doing soon, we will put out more vacancies and recruit more people.
Okay. All right. Back to you. It's 4 minutes on the flip side of 10 o'clock. Is there anything you want to add on or anything you want to make mention of, Mr. Belia, that I probably didn't ask?
Yeah, so our major event is next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, launching the Leapfrog E-Mobility Acceleration Partnership Project under the theme promoting sustainable urban mobility and zero-emission vehicles adoption in Liberia. You guys are welcome. It's going to be 2-day activity.
Yeah.
2 day.
Yeah, well, you're welcome then.
Yeah, that was done. All done. And the launch will be on Friday. We're going to have KK, motorbike, vehicles, everyone's going to be out there. So there's a lot of things happening here. So we're going to need to create awareness. So it won't create fear in people's mind. People should know that it is real. It's never electric vehicle, electric KK. It's real to come and test it and see it. It's no gossip. So we welcome the public. We're gonna have a 2-day activity, which is gonna be great for our country.
Okay.
Sir. Yeah. So just to add up to what the president said, the thing about EVs, you see in other countries like maybe like Kenya, Ghana, and other countries in the sub-region, maybe Kenya might be so far ahead. So EVs in Kenya account for almost 40 to 50% of the transportation, in Kenya. All right, yeah, and in Ghana you have EVs all over, and also our neighboring Sierra Leone, they are rapidly progressing. All right, the transition to sustainable mobility to renewable energy. I mean, we cannot afford for Liberia to be the last to transition. Whereas you already have the technical expertise, you have the willingness, you have the collaborative power to have these things done, and we sit back and allow our country to be, in the the back seat. Sorry. So we are not going to allow that happen. We are going to try as much as possible. All right. I mean, the collaboration with Leap Network is good with MRG and every other actor in the sustainable transport space to make this project of fruition, to make it a success. So yeah, like I was telling the president the other time, it's a very good project. All we need to do is to keep on, keep on the awareness. We need more education. We need to educate our people on this. We need more awareness on this, and we need more capacity building. All right. So it is part of my job at the Ministry of Transport to do a nationwide awareness, which I'm already establishing and writing a program for. So I was telling them that I'm coming to knock. I'll be knocking on your doors pretty soon to help us achieve that. So yeah, I mean, awareness is going to go all over the country, and yeah, our people should see this as a gain, as a win, all right, for the transport sector and for their private lives instead of being a challenge and a burden.
Okay. Now, you from the Ministry of Transport and responsible for climate change and environment. Until we can have, a lot of electric vehicles to be able to reduce maybe noise pollution and emission, what is your department doing to ensure that those vehicles that are using the petroleum products, don't any vehicles, don't just go into the street and make an unnecessary noise, because we see some very, very dilapidated vehicles in the street that make unnecessary noise. We see a lot of vehicles, old vehicles in the streets, and smoking profusely, and that I think is hazardous for the public. So what are you doing? I want to believe there are policies on the board for that. What are you doing to ensure that those policies are executed?
So yeah, there are policies, even though they are not fully implemented. All right, and that is going to be the primary role of this policy that we are going to formulate. All right, we are going to discourage maybe the importation and use of these old vehicles that you're talking about, those fossil fuel emitting vehicles that are currently on our roads. All right, by maybe providing incentives, okay, and subsidies to EV. So if you importing your electric vehicles and you find that, I mean, the cost of importing your EV is far way less. All right, and maybe and we also give some kind of apart from importation incentives, maybe coming to register your vehicle, you see that the registration cost is a bit, is lower than that of a fossil fuel vehicle. All right. And another thing could be that we want to actually try to develop something we call emission. We want to start implementing emission testing on vehicles. So yeah, the more you emit, we want to test a vehicle, and your vehicle emit more, you are going to pay more. So I mean, all of these in the regulation of our policy, in those standards of our policy, they are going to discourage the importation and the use of fossil fuel vehicles in the street, and yeah, and promote the adoption of EVs.
Okay. Let's hear from you, Thomas. Is there anything you want to add? Anything I didn't ask that you want to make mention of?
I want to first encourage other stakeholders within the e-mobility sector, the other companies that are also importing electric TTS and motorcycles, and I want to encourage them to first join the LEAD network, but also join the project, join us in creating this policy, because it's for everybody. It's not just for MRG, it's not just for the Ministry of Transport or LEAD. It's for everybody. We just want to have a framework that will govern everybody to make sure that we're all up to standard and we don't scare the consumers away. But also, I want to encourage the people outside here, the consumers, that they can trust the products that are coming. I think we have the National Standards Lab. They've been testing our vehicles, and I'm sure they're testing other vehicles. And I think we should encourage the people that they can trust the products that are coming, and it should, rattle us more. Let's do less harm to the environment and use clean energy. So, yeah.
Yeah. So how soon do you expect this framework? I know it's still under formulation. How soon do we expect this policy to be completed? Is it anytime soon?
Yes. So policy formulation, it is not just a one-stop shop kind of thing. Yeah. So like we both all of us intimated that you need data to inform this policy. So the actors in the sector, like Energy, like NEEB, Liberia, and other actors, they are going to help us, get collect those data that we need to inform our policy. And yeah, so in the space of 1 to 2 years, 1 to 2 years, we can collect sufficient data that we need to begin with the implementation of our, let's say, the development of that policy. All right. Even though I mean, in that time, we are still going to be doing a lot of stakeholder engagement. We are still going to be collaborating with partners in the space, because this policy, it is not only about, I think it has kind of it's cross-cutting. All right. It is about the Ministry of Transport and the country alike, but also involve other sectors like the renewable energy sector, like the EPA, okay, and the private sector as well. All right, so we have to bring all of those people on board, all right, to have these policies drafted. And doing that is not just going to be in a month or two thing. All right, it's a gradual process. So in the space of 2 years, we can have the draft of our policy.
Okay. All right. So finally, you just want to give us a project comment before we take a leave. It's 2 minutes on the plate.
First, well, definitely appreciate you hosting us. Thanks to the listening audience, and we're looking forward to having a successful 2-day event. Thursday and Friday.
Okay. Yeah. It's a deal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, the policy framework we are going to develop is a national thing. It is not only for Spencer, neither Emergy nor Lip. All right. So we are calling everybody to come on board. I mean, we want to collaborate and partner with every other institution that we will see relevant, all right, in the establishment of this policy. Okay. And I just hope that the Lip network was able to get to other actors in the space, okay, to attend the workshop tomorrow and maybe the launch, all right, the day after tomorrow. Okay, so I think our last meeting we actually discussed that, all right, that we need during the exhibition, we need all of the electric vehicles that we have in country to be exhibited there, to be present, all right. So I just hope and pray that all of those people in the sector, in the space, are aware. Okay, so we're looking on to a successful and fruitful process. Thank you.
Yeah, I was encouraging people, still encouraging people to be a part of the development process. We are hoping to have an inclusive and participatory process. So we want to encourage government as well, like the Mines and Energy, EPA, Ministry of Transport. They're already here, and also donor partners and the general public. We are looking to develop something that works for everybody, and we need everybody involved. So also to other e-mobility companies out there, I hope you can all join us and be a part of this process. It's for everybody. And thank you for having us, and thanks to Lee for doing this with us.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. It's been a wonderful time having you guys. Hope to have you another time.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day.
Okay, so folks, as I would like to leave you on this edition of the daily program, we've been having as a guest Mr. Rushton William of Leap Network. He's the president of the network. We also have here as our guest the Director of Climate Change and Environment at the Ministry of Transport, Spencer S. Taylor, and we had also Elvis Thomas, is the head of operations of Emergy Liberia. They've been here talking about the crafting of our policies to guide the renewable energy sector of the country. So specifically, the DIP Network is a national organization that serves as a representation for local businesses and stakeholders in the renewable energy sector. And they are preparing to launch a LEAP program to e-mobility acceleration partnership program, which is going to focus on the development and advocacy of a reserve adoption policy. All right, so then you're talking all about that. Their launch begins on Friday, right? Thursday to Friday. Okay, so it's a 2-day event. So We wish them all well, and we hope that they can come up with policies, good policies that will govern the energy sector of the country. So on behalf of the entire team here, my name is Gitkazi Toge. Those of you who played the draw, we have then joined winners here this morning. So if you are one of the winners, I'd like to say congratulations. We have 15 persons who walked away with 10,000 Liberian dollars, who also did a loser's draw. Okay, so three losers also won 2,500 Liberian dollars. So you can check your text messages now, and the messages should be in your phone. Another edition of the show comes on tomorrow, but with Emmanuel David and Morena Honorary. So it's been a wonderful time. You can catch us up here on Monday when my team and I will be here again with another edition of the program. And we'd like to apologize to you that we couldn't bring the news from our news and current affairs department, but you can join us at 2 p.m. when we hope to bring you news live. Again, it's been a wonderful time, and have yourselves a God bless you. Bye-bye.